So, Caroline, Christchurch is set to host their Super Rugby Super Round at the city's new stadium over Anzac weekend next year. How significant is this event for the stadium's profile and I guess Christchurch's reputation?
Oh, look, it's firstly, it's so exciting to have that first event announced. Any event that opened that gorgeous new venue for our city was going to be significant, but the fact that it's a celebration of rugby, which is at the heart of our culture, makes it even more so. And it's something for everyone. The most important thing about opening a venue that is so symbolic of kind of the last phase in our recovery. It's the last of the anchor projects. It means so much to so many, is that it was something really accessible to many. And I guess the Festival of Rugby does exactly that. And there'll be more entertainment and things like that wrapped around it as well.
Can't wait. I got to ask you, if all the corporate boxes now have been sold and is there still like a wait list for them? Because they were proving very popular.
Oh, weren't they? Yeah, no, we had a really high demand. Obviously, we're just working through all of the contracting, et cetera, of phase one, but we can say that the majority of our premium hospitality has been sold with particular high demand for the suites and the lounge. But we do have some inventory, so the likes of Premium Reserves and the Field Club, which is a new concept. So we're going to come out with a marketing campaign around those kind of areas, particularly in the coming weeks.
So because the corporate boxes, when I read they're pretty expensive. There's not cash-strapped Christchurch here. What were some of the rates for those? And we are talking like the corporates, aren't we? Like the people with a lot of money from companies' perspectives, right?
Yeah, look, they range, obviously, and the suites, there's only 23 of them, and those suites include, 13 guaranteed events, as well as all your food and beverage, and they range from a 20 size to up to a 60. So some of the numbers you see might be 60 people, so it does, there's a bit more in there. But there's a range of opportunity to have a premium hospitality experience. So the Field Club is a far more affordable level, which is a really cool concept down the dead ball end, looking back straight up the field, which is really cool. A bit more relaxed, whereas your suites and your lounge is a bit more formal.
Okay, I'll put me on the waiting list.
Yeah.
How is recruitment going? I know you put out a bit of a media statement. I'm not sure, was it maybe about 2 or so months ago now? Have you been getting a lot of interest?
Oh, yeah, we've had amazing interest. That first round of recruitment, we got 950 applicants, over, I think, 85% of them all from Canterbury, which is awesome. We are phasing up, right? So we need to increase our casual pool from about 500 to about 1,000 but by the time April comes along. So that first intake will be about 80, and then we'll keep a whole lot of that 950 in for a talent pool as we kind of phase, but we will market again. So we will go to market again for more. But we just want to make sure everyone gets the right training, the right induction. So when we do get to April, everyone's ready to hit the ground running.
It is exciting stuff. Now, I don't want to sound like a negative Nancy, but you know that some critics will argue that the stadium will be a financial burden with ratepayers covering the operational costs. How do you respond to that?
Yeah, look, I think if you have a look at our, 3-year statement of intent that we've just finalised, there's no operational support needed for the stadium from council. It actually is at an operating surplus and at a level sufficient enough to offset all of the operational funding required for the whole venue portfolio.
Wow, that's hang on, that's significant. That's a positive story.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, no, we're really, really happy. Like, we've been working a long time to get to this point. And obviously we needed the stadium because it commercially is so much more, has so much more commercial opportunity than the other venues. And our other venues are obviously aging, so they do have more costs associated with them. But yeah, no, on its own, the stadium stacks up operationally. So it also means that we can self-fund a bit incentive the attraction of major events to the stadium over the coming 3 years as well. We're not forecasting any capital investment from the council until about 7 years in. And operationally, again, we're looking well beyond that 3 years that we won't need operational support from the council.
Gee, that's a good story. I'll have to eat my words over that. Now, no pressure, and no one's watching, don't worry about this. How many events have you already confirmed? I don't know if you can probably say this or not. And because, it's pretty full for the first business year of opening, isn't it?
Yeah, look, what we needed first was to confirm real confidence around that opening date, and get that practical completion date. And it's never really wavered at all, but we just wanted to make sure that before we started contracting anything that we were really confident we had that confidence. So getting the Super round locked in, obviously the Super Rugby draw will be released soon. We've got our partnerships with the likes of the Warriors, the Phoenix will likely need to play at Apollo, but we do have an A-League partnership there. We already have pencil bookings for a number of business events. We're forecasting about 150 of those in the first year of opening, so that activity will be significant. And then obviously our commercial discussions with our major promoters. So now that we have a draw, we can start peppering and populating the entertainment product as well as All Blacks activity, July and hopefully beyond that, August. Yeah.
How does it work? Do you have to actively go out and speak to some of those promoters, some of the big ones that we know that have been around for years, or is it kind of quite? Do they come to you and say, "Hey, when's it open? We've got the Spice Girls coming."
Well, it's a bit of both. So we've had long-standing relationships with all of those major promoters over the years.
Of course, with the likes of all the other stuff. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So, look, everyone's been excited just as much as we are about this venue opening, and there's high demand. So essentially it's a bit of both. We've got a long-term strategic partnership with the likes of Live Nation, but we also have a very strong partnership with the likes of Frontier and TG. So good amounts of content, good commercial discussions. But now we've got some dates, we can start actually phasing in that entertainment content and get those announcements out there. We can stop packing our bags and going to Dunedin or Auckland for these major events.
That's right. Now, can you give me any hints about any potential headline acts or artists that might be announced? I know you're not going to give me an answer, but can you just pretend or just give me actually, Chris, we've got Madonna on the way. I don't know.
Well, actually, now you mention it, those Spice Girls, Look, I can't obviously, but, all I can say is what we want to do in that first kind of 12 months is make sure that the events and the entertainment content that we attract means there's something for everyone, and it showcases the diversity of that awesome venue. That's our main goal, and to make sure that we're getting those New Zealand exclusives that mean that everyone comes to us. We don't go anywhere else.
Well, I've got some requests for you. Spice Girls, my favourite K-pop band, Shiny. You probably haven't heard of them, but I like them. I'm not sure there's a huge Korean population in Christchurch though, so that might be difficult. But yes, if you could make that happen, that'd be good. And now, actually, I wish I'd seen Coldplay live in concert too. After seeing all the stuff on social media, they looked amazing in Auckland, didn't they?
They were amazing. I was there actually, lucky enough to head along to Eden Park. So I was very, very jealous, but I also just cherished the fact that this is hopefully the last time I had to pack my bags.
Yeah, exactly, hopefully.
Yeah.
Hey, just on a personal level, I mean, how much of a career highlight, particularly the stadium, is this for you? I mean, you've got a great job looking after all the wonderful, assets and venues across Christchurch. But I mean, on a personal level, this must be gold. Highlight for your career?
Yeah, well, beyond belief, really. I'm a Christchurch person. I've grown up in Dunsandel and I've lived in Christchurch pretty much my whole life. So I've been through the journey that we've all been through around seeing our city fall and our city come back to the glory that it is today. And this really means a huge amount to me as a Christchurch person. So I feel beyond privileged to have this opportunity to play a part in bringing this to life. And it will be an emotional day, I've got to be honest. I feel quite privileged and very, very lucky. And for our whole city, really.
You could always change the name to Venues Dunsandel.
I think it has a lovely ring to it.
It's nice to catch up with you and I appreciate your time this morning. Thank you.
No worries. Thank you very much.